Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Chris Hayden. I'm from Fierce, and today I'm joined by Kate Calabrese, the Senior Vice President of Emerging Digital Media from Patient Point. How are you?
Great to be here.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Yes.
So, Kate, given the evolution of pharma marketing in recent years, what do you see as the biggest shift in the pharma marketing landscape or the most disruptive influence?
Really the intentional move to audience-led strategies. When we're looking at the trends and what we hear marketers talk most about, it's about how can they get closer to the patient? What channels can they utilize to be able to connect and engage with them on more personal levels? So I think we'll continue to see that emphasis on audience first, patient-led approaches.
Yeah, I like that. Now, how do you see real-time targeting, like tailoring messages based on where a patient is in their care journey, changing the role of personalization at the point of care?
I think it's necessary. I mean, again, we've all become so accustomed to having resources tailored to us. And I think in the lens of health, the priority to have relatable, reliable, trusted resources specific to where you are in your care journey is paramount, right? So when we're looking at point of care, we have that unique capability to be able to really understand where you are in your health journey. How can we empower you to take an active role, right? Through education and by making it easy to discover the content that's going to be most relevant to you. So I think it's a really important focus and something that the point of care side of the house will be able to facilitate at scale.
Yeah, we've talked to a few people and they've all mentioned that the patient is just becoming so much more educated about their care journey, about what they need and what they want from their providers.
100%. I mean, if you think about it, I mean, there's no shortage of information that's available to us instantly.
Right.
And I think one of the gaps that exists right now is because you have this, unlimited breadth of content, how do you decipher actually what's relevant for you, right? And again, when we're making these decisions and conducting this independent research, we want to feel confident that the content that I'm consuming or that I'm basing these decisions on is reliable, it's relevant to where I am again in my health journey. And one of the ways that we can able to do that from a point of care perspective is having that clinical validation that you can only get in those environments, and that level of confidence to know that these resources are going to be relevant for you to make decisions off of.
I love it. Yeah. Hopefully gone are the days of just Googling things. And
Yes, please. I can't, that's no way to live.
oh, I have the bubonic plague. Okay.
Exactly.
So as patients increasingly turn to digital channels to manage their health, how can providers and pharma brands evolve their strategies to meet those expectations, particularly when it comes to, like you said, delivering trusted, personalized education and brand messaging through platforms like the Patient Portal?
Yeah, I think it's not treating everything as a one-size-fits-all approach, right? We're all individuals, and when it comes to our health, again, we have very personal needs that we're looking to solve for. I think it's about breaking down a lot of complex topics, right? We talked about before we got started that health as a whole is very complicated, right? And it can be overwhelming, it can be intimidating. So I think marketers have an opportunity to start to kind of break down a lot of these complex topics to help empower consumers, patients, audiences to better understand what their conditions are, what treatment paths are there, what are the financial implications of that, and just be able to break it down in a much more digestible way.
Yeah, I agree. I know that's such a challenge. Yeah, it is.
Mm-hmm.
So, and what's your approach to developing content that's both compliant and compelling enough to prompt a meaningful patient-provider conversation during a visit?
I think it's very similar to that point of breaking it down, right? One of the reasons why Patient Point has the scale that we do is because of the content that we're able to deliver to patients and to our healthcare provider partners. So when our editorial teams come together, they're looking at, several kind of core pillars to guide that content creation. Is it reliable, right? Is it accredited? Is it critically and clinically relevant? Is it simplified, right? Is it easy to digest this content to be able to understand why this is meaningful for me and what actions or what questions I want to ask my doctor next, to help see that through. And it's leading with empathy, right? I think one of the things that we've heard across Fierce Pharma this week is the reminder that patients are people, right? And these are again, very much real life challenges and real life situations that they're going through. So if you can lead with that empathetic lens, I think it goes a long way.
Yeah, it's interesting because data, we're always collecting data,
Yeah.
but it becomes so impersonal at a
Right.
certain point. And to your point, like you lose touch.
Yeah.
It's a patient.
Yeah.
And they're sick.
Right.
And they're not feeling well. So yeah.
And how can we help them?
Yeah, exactly.
And I think it starts a lot with this educational content there.
I agree. So looking ahead,
Sure.
we'll put our crystal ball to use here, looking toward the future. What's one bold prediction you would make about the future of pharma marketing?
Yeah, I don't know if it's bold because I'm sure we've heard this before, but AI will have a role in everything that we do. I think when we're looking at it specifically within the lens of personalization, AI is going to be able to inform so many of those touch points, right? Not only from being able to inform the messaging, but inform the targeting, inform the measurement, right? What kind of insights and learnings do we have and how can we make that actionable? How can we improve upon that? I think the thing to remember is, again, we want to be patient-centric, people first, right? So how are all these different actions that we're taking going to help facilitate, again, more meaningful conversations with your healthcare providers and help lead to better health outcomes? But I think AI will have a very much of a powerful role in guiding that.
Any room you walk into here, you'll hear it.
Yeah, you'll hear it.
So I agree. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. I really appreciate it.